to start off right with this flag right here. First of all, I want to thank you all for coming before I even go into my lecture. I appreciate the divine conscious minds for being here while we align as an invocation and a manifestation of the divine black consciousness, because that's what this is. This is a ritual where the black God consciousness, the reverence, is constantly being invoked and manifested into the physical universe. So every time we had these particular building sessions, we are literally channeling the energy of the black God consciousness within self and within this physical experience that we're having. So I want to, first of all, I'm grateful for that, to constantly manifest this ritual, because this ritual in the temple is a very powerful ritual. It's powerful for us. It's powerful for our community. So it's not just a lecture that I'm doing or just some type of speech. This is a conscious ritual of divine self-manifestation and sending that vibration out from this divine situation, from this divine moment out into the universe. And when I say out in the universe, I'm not talking about just out into empty space, but it's going to go out as us through time. Because now we're moving in the vibration of the energy of what has been invoked and manifested in these rituals. So now we're creating our future by even the energy that we're giving to these divine moments, to these divine rituals, of these building sessions that we call lectures. But they're, incantations. This is voodoo that's happening right now with these particular building sessions that we're having. But I first want to start off talking about this American flag. And how with this particular flag of KKKA, the United Snakes of America, they say that you actually have freedom of speech, where you actually can speak and speak out and say what you want to say or think and address certain issues based upon what's on your mind and how that affects the massive public. We had a freedom of so-called speech. That's supposedly one of the constitutional rights. Now, the European cannot give us any divine rights. He doesn't have the power. Our vocal cords that came from our mother, that was our divine right to speak. There's no legislation of how long a baby can cry in the hospital when it comes out of its mother's womb. That's cruel. So our freedom of speech comes from the womb. And it comes from what came out of that triple darkness. What came out of that dark space. That's where our freedom of speech, and that's what was even truly supposed to be said, came from. It came from that infinite dark realm. And that's our right to speak. And that right is backed by the forces in nature, which are the same forces that made our arrival and our journey to this planet a very safe journey. So no matter what we feel here, based on black God consciousness, you don't find us attacking people for their speeches. You don't find us attacking people for what they said. You do find us looking for animosity where it really exists, so that we can challenge people based on truth. You do see us approaching and dealing with people based upon real animosity or differences in opinions that could lead to other circumstances. You do see us confronting them intellectually and philosophically based upon those differences where we are able to. Now, we're challenging them and going to them based upon them growing in their own mind and in their own consciousness. Because if they have a real issue or a real problem in consciousness, what we're doing, that means that if with the solution of that problem, they can actually grow and become a more conscious being. If they're not emotional and they really want a dialogue based upon real and actual truth. If it's some emotional position, there's not a lot of change that they can make, because it's not a rational disagreement. It's an emotional disagreement. So there's no conscious solution that can come from emotional disagreement, because you're not going to get any communication with those people. But where there's true disagreement based on principle, based on consciousness, based on the growth of where human beings are involved,